This is Evelyn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. This is actually my first video. I promise you, I'll try to not screw it up. I won't waste so much of your time. Today I want to talk to you about money saving tips. Now, these are tips which I personally have used and they have done incredible, and they've helped me save so much money and be able to actually buy my first home here in London. So I totally recommend them and I have used them firsthand. Now these tips, you can use them when you want to buy a house, if you want to save up for a big holiday, or you want to save up for a luxury purchase, maybe a car or a bag, you name it, or you're saving up for a wedding, whatever it is. These tips are simple. They can be a pain but anyway, they are very useful and I promise you, you will love them. Let's get started. Tip number 1, it's all about your mindset. When you want to go out there and achieve a dream, achieve a goal of yours, you need to set your mind right, that you can achieve this can be done. And once you do that, trust me, everything will go to plan. You are so focused, and by doing that also, all the little distractions which come along, which they will do, I promise, they will do, but you will be blocking them because you've got this wall saying, I need to get to a place and I need to do this and I can do it because somebody else has done it and I will do it because I know I've got the power to do it. Tip number 2, you have to set a goal. Now sometimes I prefer to set a goal which is a bit unrealistic. The only reason that I do this is because it will push you to do something that you probably thought you can't do. Now, if you're saying you want to save for a deposit and you would think maybe £20,000 will be enough, so you go and say 50 grand, right? Anyway, it is possible because it will push you to do things or to make sure that you're reaching that goal. And even if you don't reach to 50, if you get to 30 or 35, mate, it is a winner. It's a winning situation. Keep in mind, when you're buying houses, it's not just the deposit that you need. There's so many fees associated. You need to move house from one place to another. Do you need to furnish that house? There's so many things. So the more you save, the better. Now, this goes hand in hand with tip number 1, which is keeping your mind in check. Now, you want to unsubscribe to all those emails which make you spend money. Now, I was subscribed to Zara, Topshop, River Island, even some shops which I could not afford. Like, I just subscribed just to see when do they have sales, when does this go sale. Maybe I could buy it then, maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. I just wanted to be nosy, really. And sometimes being nosy can be really, really expensive because you end up buying something that you really do not need. I have things in my closet which I haven't used for a year or 2, and that's not good. 4 is meal plans. This is super important. You need to plan your meals. Make sure you know what you're going to have for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, snacks and all that. So when you go out shopping, you have your list of the things you want to eat from Monday to Friday. Even if you know that maybe on a Thursday you'll be going out for dinner with friends, it's fine, but at least you understand what you're going to eat and what you're going to buy. Do not go to the supermarket without a shopping list. This is something I should be telling myself too. Anyway, it's super important for you to have a shopping list because you will not only buy the things that you need, but you're also going to save money. Something which I also tried before is I only went with cash, not with a debit card, because sometimes when you go with cash, it limits you to just buy things within the budget that you've set. Tip number 5 is we need to have positive cash flow. What do I mean by positive cash flow? It's not doing the rat race, whereas you live life by check to check every end of the month. Sometimes you haven't been paid, that money is already used up. We don't want that, because if you want to save, you need to make sure you leave under your means. So you need to make sure that if you're getting $1,000 a month, you need to make sure your lifestyle fits in maybe 600, 700 pounds a month. That way you'll have the extra cash to save up, and by saving up, obviously you can do whatever you want. You can either invest it in a business, you can save it up for your house, save it up for that holiday, or save it also for just investing in yourself. Like, something that I have done is I have every year tried to switch providers. Now this scares the shit out of all these providers out there. When they see a customer wanting to leave, they will do whatever it takes to make you stay. And by doing that, they will give you the best rates. So if you give them a phone call and be like, look, I'm paying a bit too much and I'm tired of it and I want to move to the other side because they have 20-25% cheaper, even if they don't have it. Just say it. And they will make sure they beat that provider and put you back to your seat. And that is good, because then every year you'll be paying less in your landline provider, your internet. So try all this and you will see magic will happen. When you're saving for, let's say, a big holiday or buying your first house, it's always good to put a deadline. Otherwise you'll be saving for life, right? Let's put a deadline. I mean, we're not getting any younger. That holiday can't wait so long. You need to make sure you set a deadline. And this deadline will actually motivate you to save more, because you're running out of time and you need to be serious and you need to cut corners here and make sure you reach that deadline. So keeping that in mind, it will help you get to that goal. Another tip, which I absolutely love, is trying some time to share your goals with friends. You might be surprised that you have friends who are actually going through the same journey as you. They're trying to save up for something else. And you could set challenges to each other, like, look, let's try and save this much by the end of this month or the end of this week or whatever. And they could have ideas that you do not know about, and you could share your ideas with them or tips of how to save money. So it's really important to actually get your friends on board and let them know what's going on in your life, what kind of your plans are, obviously your close friends, and they might be going through that same kind of journey, or you could be motivating them to do that too. And by doing that, when your friends are also on board, you will have less phone calls of telling you, what are you doing? Let's go out tonight. Because they know what you're aiming. I think it's really good to get friends, family members on board, because this will not only speed up things, but it will also make it really fun and less awkward to say no to those night outs. So one of my friends, I can say I'm a bit guilty on this too. He works in this amazing office in London, and his office, they provide lunch every day. They provide breakfast. They provide fruits, drinks, biscuits, and everything. I mean, it's amazing. It's insane. It's absolutely annoying, actually. But what I'm trying to say is, if you've got an office which provides like amazing perks, take advantage of them. Don't be shy. I mean, seriously, do not be shy. Take advantage of them. If they provide lunches and free meals and drinks and all that, I don't understand why the hell you have to get up from your desk, put on your coat and go outside to grab coffee while there's coffee in your office. There's fruits in your office. And some of these fruits, I've seen this happen in places that I've worked. At the end of the week, they end up in the bin. Now, if you take some at home, make some smoothies, I don't know, do something with them, they could be handy. So don't be shy. You're on a mission, remember? The last tip that I have for you, I actually saw this in the news and it was so interesting. This lady, she challenged herself to spend £7 a week on food. And I was like, what in the hell? How can you spend £7 on food? Like breakfast, dinner, and lunches and snacks and all that. That sounds insane. And I was really intrigued to understand what the hell is going on. So what she does, basically, she has days where she actually goes to the supermarket. So Sundays, apparently, if you go to on Sundays to shop, a lot of things are on discount, right? Even 50% off. And they're still in good condition. They're still, they still have got like 3 or 4 days left. So what she does is she goes there, she buys potatoes, she buys minced meat, she buys some fresh onions, fresh vegetables and all that, and she makes like a massive pot of mince pie or shepherd's pie, you name it. And then she'll buy some oats, and she'll buy some milk, and then she'll also buy some frozen fruits, that's for breakfast sorted. She will also buy some pastries, and then she'll make stuff by herself, so that's snacks sorted. She will even have leftovers to have like frozen vegetables and stuff. It was crazy. It came actually, her list, everything that she bought came to £6.70 something. So she even had change. It's absolutely insane. So £7 a week. Could you do that? I challenge you. But hopefully all these tips have been very helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in my other videos. Goes up. Thank you so much for watching this far on my first video. I really appreciate it. More videos will come up. Please subscribe, leave me a comment, leave me a like if you liked anything you heard today. Till then.